Straight to the final with only 2 legs of the Sevens World HSBC series remaining, and the South African Sevens team is more determined than ever to keep their lead. This season, South Africa won the Dubai and Port Elizabeth legs, clinched second in Japan, finished third thrice, and fourth once to amass 129 points over 7 rounds. The Blitzbokke currently lead the log standings with Fiji a close second. I am now joined by our analyst, former Springbok Sevens player Thobela Mdaka, to chat about this evening. Good evening. Thanks for coming back to studio.
It's a pleasure. I love being here.
Right. Thobela, now, what big an impact will Phillips Neimans' injury have on the team? Because it is a loss of good experience.
Yeah, he's a very experienced player. You know, it's going to be a big blow to the team. But I believe they have a lot of depth. You know, they've been doing quite well the whole year. The team has been training a lot together. So I believe with experience and the amount of good players they have, they should pull through.
Now, Carl Humphries comes in also, you know, for the injured Snyman. He joins the team just hours before they face Samoa. Is he prepared? Is he fit enough to be joining the team at such a late stage?
You know, he should be fit enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him in. But it will be a big adjustment for him. But I believe maybe the first day, they might just bring him in slowly, and then hopefully by the end of the tournament, he'll be at full swing.
Can the team afford to be bringing a player in quite slowly, because they've got their work cut out for them in this weekend?
Well, I suppose it's a gamble they're going to have to take. You know, they don't really have much of a choice. They have to just believe that he's ready and can do well for the team.
Now, as you said, the Blitzbokke have been quite, you know, they've had a great run this year. And we've seen, you know, they've maintained their top spot. And although they didn't win the Japan series, I mean, they really just have been consistent. What do you think this has contributed to? What do they owe this great performance to?
You know, I think last year they were also quite consistent, but then they fell apart almost towards the end of the series. So I think this year they pretty much changed their strategy. I think they basically focused on making sure that they're consistent. Consistency is everything in sevens. You don't really need to win tournaments to be world champions.
How hard is it to keep level-headed at this stage?
It's extremely hard, you know, because the South African team has only won the Sevens series once before. So at this stage, they know that they've got 2 more tournaments to go. They just need to be level-headed.
Now, the pressure is really on, and it seems that the team is relying quite heavily on, you know, the experienced players. And we're talking Carl Brown, Cecil Africa, Branko Dupria. Now, besides all that experience, it seems like a player that has really has brought in speed, has brought in vigor, and is scoring a lot of tries is Seabelo Senatla. He's really being incredible. But is this enough to push the team forward?
You know, Seabelo has been a great revelation for the Sevens rugby. I think a lot of the players in the team look up to him, and most of them gain their strength from him. You know, most times when he's playing well, the team's playing well. So I believe if he plays well, you know, we're going to pull through and take the tournament.
Now, he's the top try scorer in this entire tournament so far. What does this mean for his career? And, you know, how does this contribute to him even, you know, being an even better player?
I'm sure this means a lot to him, you know. Last year, he even got a call-up to join the Springboks when they toured overseas. Unfortunately, he didn't get a chance to play, but he enjoys his time with the Sevens.
And, you know, it would be quite diabolic for us not to, you know, even get the Olympic qualification. But personally, I don't really think it'll get there. But what would the Olympic qualification mean to Sevens rugby in South Africa?
It's going to mean a lot, you know, because it's the first time that the team's going to be participating in the Olympics. It's the first time rugby is in Olympics. The World Cup passed a couple of years back, which New Zealand took, but now all the teams are going to be gunning to take the gold home at the Olympics.
Which 4 teams would you say will qualify definitely for the 2016 Olympics?
I think it's pretty much almost cut who's going to take it or who's going to go. At the moment, South Africa are leading the log, so it will be South Africa, Fiji, New Zealand. Fourth spot's going to be tight, but I would say probably England might sneak through.
I agree with you. I think England has quite a lot to prove. Now, do you think South Africa or New Zealand, they are the defending champs? Are they in a position to come out and overtake all the other teams that are above them? And when South Africa faces them, because they are in quite a tough pool, will they still have the physical and the mental strength to hang in there?
New Zealand is a very tough team. You can never write them off. The tournament, I mean the log at the moment, and the log's very tight. So there's only, I think there's 9 points between South Africa and New Zealand. So South Africa just need to keep level-headed and make sure that they basically get in a good position to take the series.
Now, bringing it back home, Nakadraska makes way for Franco Smith at the Cheetahs camp. How do you see this changing the dynamics of the culture at the Free State franchise?
The Cheetahs actually do need a change. They haven't done that well this season. It was already being tipped that Naka was going to get fired if he didn't take a step down.
Now, in the local franchises, who do you think will carry out the torch for us, and how far will they take us?
It's very tough at the moment locally. Most of the teams are still in it. So I'm hoping the Lions can pull through.
Do you really believe that?
I do. You know, it's very close. They can definitely pull through.
Well, thank you so much for your time this evening. The Blitzbokke face a very tough pull, and there is no room for complacency. They are going to have to put it all out there for a win, and we are certainly behind them 100%.